right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another day of working out. Let's start moving with side shuffle. So yes, if you have really good shoulder range of motion, so you're going to keep moving back and forth, but maybe watch me as you go. And what I mean by that is you can reach straight up, your ears in front of your arm, and your body's nice and straight, good shoulder range of motion. If that's what you've got, congratulations. I think you're in the minority. And you can use a couple small weights for the shoulder exercises that we normally do. If you have anything less than that very good range of motion, then you are not going to use weights. At least I would suggest you not. You're probably an adult. You can manage yourself. But I'm going to say don't use weights. 3, 2, 1. Come on out of that. Let's do butt kickers. You know what butt kickers looks like. So here we go. You're simply going to press in an angle or a direction that I guess you can accomplish, right? That might be straight in front. It might be at a 45-degree angle. You might have one arm that goes in a different direction than the other based on how those shoulders work. Okay, lift those toes inside the shoe and kick the heel to your butt. Okay, and get ready for a little variation on this. Okay, all right, so that's our shoulder exercises. You might think, man, why are we doing shoulders all the time? At least in my mind, I think we do them all the time or quite regularly. That's because they're really important. And they're very muscular dependent. Okay, 3, 2, 1, stay here for a second. So it's nice to have functional shoulders that helps us with our activities of daily living. Okay, back to butt kickers, but this time we're gonna go at our own speed. You do you, I'll do me. But I'm gonna say we bring one up, count to 1, 2, and put it down. I'll do 1, count to 1, 2, and put it down. But you count for yourself, otherwise we'll all get confused. And that's it. So a little bit of balance engagement. Notice, like maybe you don't lift your heel as high as you normally do because then the hamstring wants to cramp. Maybe it already cramped on you. Oh, I wish I was there to see it because I think that's hilarious. If that's happened to you, okay, then I'm going to say go back to the continuous movement butt kickers with very minimal effort and like half the range of motion, just to work that cramp out. Okay, we're going to do a few more each side. If you're still with me, you're lifting and squeezing, not very hard though, right? All of us will cramp if we do this vigorously. That's normal. Okay, 3, 2, 1, come on out. All right, got the balance figured out. We do need balance today. Let's do some baby jumping jacks. Depending on how this starts off for you, it might be a step in and out, and then it progresses to a hop. Maybe it never progresses to a hop. If this is beyond your capacity, that's okay. This takes some pretty good capacity to bounce around. 3, 2, 1. Come on out. All right, dynamic mobility. So I'm going to take that right leg back and both hands come to the inside of the front leg, tent my fingers in the floor, get as low as possible while the back leg stays as straight as possible, and then I come right out of it and switch legs, okay? The gentler version of this, I'll go all the way to the other end of the spectrum, is the right leg takes a few steps to get back, but only as far as you want it to go. Both hands come to the front knee, and you drop as low as you feel comfortable, and then come up, okay? And then somewhere in between those two might be a version that really suits you, okay? This is not a stretch. It looks like a stretch and feels like a stretch. It's not a stretch. Stretch by definition is something you hold for at least 20, 30 seconds. We're not doing that. Why? Because you don't before a workout. So I just defined stretch. Studies show that if you stretch before a workout, your chance of injury goes up. Yeah, who knew? Well, people in the 70s and 80s finally figured that out. All right, doing one more each side. I have been in the so-called fitness industry for a long enough period of time to remember things that we told people to do that were very, very wrong. All right, relax. Come on out, grab some water. Let me show you the deal. So today is going to be more work, less rest. 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off. It's going to be a reverse lunge with a knee thrust if it's there for you. And that means leg steps back and the knee drives, boom. So this for 40 seconds, okay? Gentler version, drop the knee drive, okay? When you pop up, stay up on your toe, heel is raised, like you're about to do a knee drive, but you aren't, okay? Gentler version, you might take a few steps back to get back there. Don't go so low, and then take a few steps to get back to where you started, okay? Pardon me. Reverse lunge, 40 seconds one side, 40 seconds the other side. And then that super, super short 10-second rest is just enough to grab your dumbbells if you're using them. And then we're going to do shoulder presses, right? Nice and controlled. Exhale as we lift. If you have that range of motion, you're working for it, okay? We're going to do that fairly slow and controlled. So if you've been with me before, these 10-second rests are short. So another way to adapt this is I'll say go, and you just might give yourself a 5 count. So then you'll do 35 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. That's a really good way to adapt this. Okay, ready? 5 seconds. We're doing it. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge with the knee drive. If it's there for you, you are exhaling as you rise. The front leg. If your right leg is going back, it is the left leg that's now getting tired. The right leg does not push to make you rise. It might push a little bit, but it's not the working leg. All right. 10 seconds to go. And 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay. Now the cardio thing starts to kick in because the rest is super short. We're going other leg. 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hold your tummy nice and tight, like you're doing a mild plank, especially when you're in the bottom position. That should be paired with your exhalation, right? As you breathe out, your stomach engages more. Past halfway. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, rest. 10 seconds. Grab your weights. We're going to do this 3 rounds. Just heads up. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhale as you lift. To take the edge off of this, when the weights come down, just wait a moment and then go. To make it spicier, there's no moment where you're still, but you're not flailing. You're getting strong. 3, 2, 1. Put those weights down. And there's no extended rest between the rounds here. Oh, I bet you're thinking, oh, 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge. Bet you thought, oh yeah, I bet there's going to be a rest. You know, there could be, right? That's one way to do this. So from all the stuff that you ever see people doing, I mean, somebody could watch this video and say, well, that's stupid. That's not very good for strength. Because the program is called Strength and Intervals, right? Yeah, you're right. This isn't any good for strength. Today's more the interval day. It's leaning towards 3, 2, 1. Rest. That cardio piece, that HIIT piece. I know this isn't a HIIT workout. Whatever. 3, other leg. 2, 1, go. Yeah. To be honest, this really is leaning away from the interval piece too, because intervals suggest there's a moment when you work and a moment when you don't. feels like we're missing the don't pieces here, right? Okay, halfway. Five seconds. 2, 1, rest. Okay, shake it out. Big breaths. 2 big breaths, for sure. 2 breaths. Then grab your weights, shoulder press. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Look straight ahead. Tummy's engaged. You're not arching your back. Only 12 seconds to go. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Put those weights down. Get ready for third and final round. At least third and final round from this no rest piece. Reverse lunge. 3, 2, 1, go. Folks, to keep your balance. Breathe to keep your balance. This is when you are likely no longer watching me. You are focused on you. Listen for my verbal cues when to stop. 15 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Shake it out. If you're still with me doing the full meal deal and thinking, wow, is this harder than normal? Yes. Yes, it is. Other leg. 3, 2, 1. It's halfway. Ten seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. 2 big breaths. Grab your weights, shoulder presses. 3, 2, 1. Begin. We're gonna get a rest pretty soon. Way past halfway. Five seconds. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Put those weights down. Big breaths. Walk it out. Shake it out. Holy guacamole, eh? Oh. Hey, that's a lot of work in a short period of time. Breathe and walk. Breathe and walk. Okay. Let's let our body recover a bit from that. Nice big group again today. Nice job for showing up, everybody. Okay. I just kind of get at the end of January, I think there's 2 ways to go maybe. One is down, one is up. I just want to hit the end of January with full momentum. Get us into February. We'll survive this little cold vortex thing, which is what, 4 or 6 weeks long or so. And then there's like the next winter, and then there's that vague time where you think, was that spring? And then it's July. So, all right, this is what I want to do. Because we're really super, I don't know, engaged right now, right? Our bodies are primed and ready for work. I want to do one more round, same thing, but then we're going to take a concerted break and then one more round. So we just did 3 rounds back to back. We'll do 1 more, then rest, and then 1 more. So here's what I want you to focus on. You might think, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do 1 more. Yeah, but we've recovered now. And so you've got you're back, and maybe better than ever, okay? You might just slow it down to survive this because you really are that tired, and that's fine. Or B, you might choose to okay, I'm gonna hit it. I know exactly how this feels. I'm gonna go a little bit faster, a little quick, a little harder, a little more vigorous because I get a big rest and then I get to do it again. Those are gonna be our 2, I guess, recommendations. That makes sense. Okay, ready? And we're doing reverse lunge. 3, 2, 1, same deal. Here we go. All right, your choice. You're just kind of halfway there because you're tired. So see what you got left. And for the other people or person or whatever, maybe all of you are like, oh yeah, I thought I was tired, but now I'm recovered and I can just hit it. So let's go. 20 seconds. Keep your breathing going. Big breaths. Big breaths is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're moving and your body needs more air. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 2 big breaths. Other leg. 3, 2, 1. Go. One of the things that I am continually always surprised by is if you've done something regularly, you always have just a little bit more ability than you thought you had. And it's nice to go looking for it sometimes. Okay, 13 seconds to go. Push. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. 2 big breaths. Grab your weights. Shoulder press. 3, 2, 1. Go. Control. Ribs down in front. Elbows go straight. Okay, that's past halfway. Ten seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Put those weights down, concerted rest, and we are going to do that whole thing just one more time, but fully rest now. All right, quick story. I had a great uncle. He was maybe 85, living in an assisted care home, and for some reason, he was just really dedicated to health and fitness and ability. So he stretched and exercised all the time. And I'd go to see him. He'd show me his exercises, and he's doing these big arm circles, and he'd do that every day. And he, in his very subtle manner, conservative, appropriate manner, he would show me what he could do. And he would describe a story where everybody's in the games room playing shuffleboard or, having tea or whatever they're doing. And he'd be somewhere doing these exercises. And in a home like that, where the ratio men to women is leaning towards more women, he would demonstrate his physical abilities, and then he would just kind of smile at me and say it was worth staying limber. That's also why this is important. Okay, let's do this again. Just think of that. How do you want to be in 20, 30, 40 years? Reverse lunge. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Never used a walker to get to the dining hall. Apparently that was noticed by his suitors. Okay, that's halfway mark. It's good to have short-term goals, like let's get through this today. 10 seconds to go. Medium-term goals. Let's get ready for spring. Long-term goals. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, 10-second rest. 2 big breaths. And those long-term goals. What's life going to be like when you're 85? 3, 2, 1. Other side. Some of those things are out of control, but some are within. Twenty seconds to go. Ten seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, breathe. 2 breaths. 2 big breaths. Get ready for the last shoulder exercise. In 3, 2, 1. Go. Here we go. Halfway. Stay tight. Hold your tummy in. Brace it. 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Put those weights down. Walk around. Take a few big, deep breaths to get that carbon dioxide out. Because that's really why we breathe. Couple good breaths in. Tear them up, out, and in. And you got it. Okay. That was tingly. All right. One more little, just fun exercise. And by fun, I mean a plank. I love doing planks when you're really, really tired. Just because. So full meal deal plank, hands shoulder width apart, hands underneath shoulders, and your body is nice and straight, okay? To make this a little bit easier, you can go on the knees, okay? My preference, though, is to have your hands on a stool, a solid chair, back of the couch. The body's still going to stay straight. The gentlest version is up against the wall, okay? Up on your toes, body straight, and you're holding that position, okay? Those are the options. We're going to do a pyramid. So it's going to be 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20. And we might stop before we get to the end because I think I might have messed up on the math, but we're going to start with 20 seconds and we're going in 7. So lie down. 3, 2, 1. And now we're just holding this for 20 seconds. That's it. Pretty cool, right? So we're tired. We're breathing. And that's why we're doing a plank right now. Your stomach has to be functional when you're tired. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. It's going to be a 20-second rest. I had to wait until the timer showed me. Yeah, so sometimes you're doing things like gardening or lifting groceries or kids or whatever, dogs, and if you can only be functional when you're not fatigued, well, you're going to hurt yourself when you're fatigued. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. I shouldn't say you're going to hurt yourself. The chances of hurting yourself go up significantly. And the one thing we're all avoiding and working away from is injuries from exercise and from activities of daily living. Doing all right here? I think based on the clock, we're not going to do the whole pyramid. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. But we're for sure going to do the long one, and then we're going to. So the next one's 40 seconds. Then we're going to rest, and I think we're going to try 50 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, get up. All right, this one's for 40 seconds, okay? So 10 seconds have gone. Now it's 20 seconds. Nice work. Oh, I love this. And now it's 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, rest. Okay. You know what? That's going to be it. That's our clock. Okay. So you're going to either lie down and rest or walk around. I hear my door beeping, so I'll be right back. That helped something with the door. Okay. Whew. Love it. That's okay. We did the good part of the pyramid anyways. And bottom part is just for self-esteem. And we all have lots of that, right? To say we're still alive, so let's do a hip stretch. Glute stretch. Our glutes really got used with that reverse lunge thing. So lean against the wall or whatever you got. Left ankle across right knee. Lift the toes inside the shoe. And now I'm going to reach my bum backwards. That's really what I'm focusing on. I'll bend over naturally. This is for the left glute. Who knows where you're going to feel it though. And my tummy is, I'm picturing it sticking in this little triangle between my legs. I'm really arching my back and sticking my butt out. 3, 2, 1, come on out. Same thing, other side, right ankle across left knee. Lift the toes inside the shoe. Reach your bum back. We lift the toes to save the knee. The knee doesn't really like being twisted like this. If yours really doesn't like it. So if you're feeling like a binding pain in your knee, then I would say still do this, but don't do it so vigorously. Just ease up a little bit, okay? And this will actually help your knee. But make sure you lift the toes inside the shoe. 3, 2, 1, come on out slowly. Same thing, other side. Left ankle across right knee. Lift the toes. There's a muscle that goes up your shin. Call it your shin muscle. Tibialis anterior. And it doesn't actually cross the knee joint, but it attaches to connective tissue that crosses your knee joint. And it just helps stabilize it a bit. So your knee likes it if you lift your toes inside your shoe. Also, it prevents that dreaded tripping on stuff when you're in the care home. 3, 2, 1. Come on out. Switch legs. Right ankle across left knee. I've said this before to many of you, but I know there's some new people here. So I just had the life experience of spending 30 years visiting my mom in a care home. So I spent a lot of time in a care home. And it's kind of a neat experience to see what that stage of life kind of looks like or can look like. 3, 2, 1, and come on out. Same last stretch, first leg. And I'll say that it had an impact on how I live and train and eat and exercise and stretch. Because there's those, sometimes if you're 20, 30, 40, or even 50, or even 60, sometimes those long-term goals don't even consider the last few years. 3, 2, 1, come on out and switch sides. Same thing, second leg, last stretch. And if there's a little bit of attention paid to how those might roll for you, in an attempt to, I'll make them as good as possible, right? Preparations aren't made. In some cases, that can be a challenge. We all know that. So pull the head out of the sand, look at it and go, oh, yeah, that includes me in 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years. I don't know how old all of you are. 3, 2, 1, come on out. It's not to be presumptive. Maybe it's next year. I don't know. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. And I'm sure your body does too. Have an awesome day, and I will see you next week. Take care.